Oh boy, personal attack and shaming languages. Man, those are literally the two things anybody else who don't agree with red pill and red pill content creators have against us. Those are the only two things. And the thing is, those two things have no correlation between what we're saying, between the message. Yeah, I'm ugly. Yeah, I'm fat. Yeah, I'm bald. Yeah, I'm short. Yeah, I'm not white. What does that have to do with anything of what I'm just saying, what I'm saying in my messages here? Yeah, uh, I might die alone. I might never find true love. True love. We all know that's BS, right? Yeah, I have a mother. Yeah, I might have. Yeah, I have a sister. Yeah, I have a wife. Yeah, I came from a female. But what does that have to do with anything about what we're saying? We're not talking about. We're not bashing on our own mothers. We're not bashing on females in general. We're not bashing on our sisters. We're not talking down on anyone. We're literally just talking about what female nature is. That's it. And they want us to stay quiet, which is why they use these personal attacks and shaming languages, because they have no other defense mechanism against this. Everything we talk about here, we present data, we present charts, we present statistics. Coach Greg Adams, every time he does a live stream, he's always pulling up datas and charts and research, even scientific research sometimes too. And these are legitimate sources that he's pulling these researchers out of. Donovan Sharp, he shows research as well. I don't show research on my channel because I know the research exists and you can go do your own homework. I'm not going to be here sitting, wasting my time trying to convince you that this actually exists. Because what is going to happen? What am I going to get out of convincing you to do anything? It's your life, my dude. Take my opinion, take my advice, or don't. I could care less. My life is going the way how I want it to go. Maybe yours isn't. So maybe all the things that, all the advice, quote unquote, that you heard from all the other people in your life, maybe it's not, those aren't working out. So maybe you need some new advice. So try out what I'm saying. Try out what all these other red pill content creators are saying. I don't care if you only watch my videos. I don't care if you only watch a certain person's videos, but at least get this knowledge from someone. I don't even care if you get this from YouTube. If your dad knows about it, at least get it from him. If your uncles know about it, at least get it from them. But at least understand what red pill is. We're not telling you guys to hate on women. We're not saying that women are evil, women are devils, they shouldn't exist, any of that, or they shouldn't have any rights. They are our slaves. We're not talking about any of that stupid, crazy stuff, right? What we're saying is this is what women really are, contrary to popular belief. Because if you want to mess with them, and I know you will, because let's admit it, unless you're a true monk who's living in the temples of Nepal with the rest of the monks, you're going to be messing around with some women at some level. So okay, now that you understand women, now you can use this advantage on. Sorry, now you can use this knowledge on your own advantage, dealing with women, so you can protect yourself, so you don't become vulnerable, and let women take advantage of you. Along with fixing your own life up. That's red pill also tells you that it's not just all about women. The biggest thing that I have in my channel, along with other guys in their channel, is self-improvement. The women's nature, this and that, I feel like content creators use this, even I myself use this, to get the views up. To build a base, to build a community, to build an audience. But once we have that, then the real message is really self-improvement. And you guys all know this. This is not new news to you. This is nothing new to you. We all know that self-improvement is going to attract more and more women. And then we talk about when you get when we talk about these women coming into your life, then we talk about how to deal with these women. That's literally all red pill is about. But since this literally attacks the sole existence of most people's belief system, they cannot handle the truth. There are so many people out there who come out to the red pill and they can't handle it, and then they end up killing themselves. Hollywood actors are one of the biggest examples of this. Musicians, rappers, these are the biggest examples of this. Truth is too powerful for them to handle. And the sad reality is that most guys out here don't know this. Sad reality is that most guys out here are oblivious. Most guys out here are simps, white knights, beta orbiters, cucks. They think that sucking up to a woman, kissing her ass, and standing up for her when she's the one in the wrong is going to get him laid, is going to get him in her good side. Yeah, it's going to get you in her good side. And that side is called the friend zone side. Do you really want to be in that? Answer it for yourself, buddy. So fellas, we already know what the shaming tactics are, right? Who hurt you? Don't you have a mother? You came from a woman too. I'm sure your mother feels real good and proud of you. What's wrong with you? Are you crazy? Oh, you can't get laid. Oh, you're too ugly. Those are the personal attacks. You're too ugly, you're too short, you're too bald, you're too fat. If somebody's calling you too fat, I'm going to bash on you too for that, because if you're too fat, my dude, go change that. But if you're bald, if you're short, if you're ugly, there's nothing you can do about any of that. That's just how you're born. And they know that. They know that these aren't the things you can't do anything about. So these are the things that they attack you the first with. Because what they're trying to do, and this is actually pretty intelligent, but they're not actually thinking about it when they're doing it. They're just doing it because this defense mechanism kicks in and it's hardwired in them. What they're doing is they're trying to get you off track from what you're actually saying, from the actual message, so that they start arguing with you. So you stop talking to them about the actual message and then start talking to them about things that are irrelevant, things that you have no control over, things that are involved with feelings and emotions. You're too ugly, you're too fat. How do you think if somebody called you that, you're going to feel? You're going to feel some kind of way, right? I don't care how alpha you are, how alpha chat you are. If somebody gives you a negative compliment, it's still going to like get your senses up a little bit. You're going to be like, huh, what? Okay. Like, yeah, you might not let it get to you completely to your core, but it's still going to hit you at first, at least. I'm not saying that it's going to bother you. No, I'm not saying that at all, but you're going to be like, wait, what? It's going to throw you off balance a little bit. And then the thoughts that you had in the back of your head, that the argument points, the talking points that you had in the back of your head, maybe those are not as oriented as they were before you heard all these. So now you cannot counter-argue them with whatever data they're presenting about the original message. They made you go off track a little bit. This is exactly what news reporters, anchors, interviewers do when they're interviewing somebody who is opposing their own message, their own belief system. Prime example of this is Jordan Peterson's interview with Kathy something. This, I can't remember her last name, but this blonde English reporter had an interview with Jordan Peterson. He exposed her. Oh my God, it was hilarious. Go watch that interview. You'll see what I'm talking about. Every single time she opened her mouth about anything that he's saying is completely irrelevant or completely off topic or off track from what he was actually saying. She was trying to twist his words. She was trying to put other words in his mouth. She was trying to direct the conversation in another way instead of the way that he was talking about. And the way that he was talking about came from the question she originally asked him. So this is how foolish this sounds. See, she asks him a question. He starts answering that question. But then when she figures out that answer, what he's answering is actually true and is actually beating the purpose of her interview questions, then she starts redirecting his answers into another way. trying to open up a trap to put him in a trap, so now he's stuck. But my man Jordan Peterson, probably the most intelligent man on planet Earth at this point that we know of on YouTube. He knew how to handle it, and he did. And he got her right back. Fellas, this is... I don't know how else to show it to you guys, how else to explain it to you guys. My messages and other Red Pill content creators' messages, I feel like, are not so much about talking to the same guys. I feel like we want to accomplish this base to more and more new guys who don't have this knowledge yet. That's why we always try to bring in different type of talking points and different type of views and angles to talk about certain things. It started getting dark out in here. So fellas, think about it, okay? This shaming tactics, this personal attacks, just know that every time she's saying that, every time she's calling you some sort of a name, a-hole, heartbreaker, womanizer is an old one. I don't even know if people still use this anymore. What's another one? Stupid, idiot, crazy. Anytime they're calling you out on anything, anytime they're calling you names on anything, and you know, and that's the only thing they're trying to get you at with is name calling instead of actual counter arguments of what you're saying, you know that you're doing it right. You know what you're saying is the truth. Excuse me, sorry. Throat started to get dry a little bit. Fellas, you know you're doing something right at that point. You know that you got them. You know that their trigger points are turned on. Their points are triggered. The senses are triggered in them. Okay? Don't ever apologize for speaking the truth. Here's another thing: is some guys would say the truth, say some real stuff, and then they'll go back and say, "Oh, I'm sorry," or they'll try to change their mind or try to get along with the pack because they upset the pack. When people start bashing at him, don't ever apologize. Instead, try to find new ways to make them look stupid. How do you do that? You read books, you watch more videos, you expand your vocabulary, you practice talking to people so you don't stutter when you talk to other people. And you think with a calm mind. You stay calm regardless of how heated the situation is getting. It's because when you get heated up, there are certain chemicals that get released in your body that's going to make it almost impossible. It's going to kind of impair you, which is going to make it almost impossible to start saying things that make sense. Maybe then you're probably going to come back with personal attacks to them. And as soon as they see that they have made you angry, they have upsetted you, they know they have won. Because that's all they're trying to do. They're trying to get under your skin. They're trying to get in your head. That's their true agenda. That's it. Because they know they cannot beat you with any kind of counter argument. What you're saying is harsh, cold-hearted truth. I would rather be rude than be dishonest. I said that to a girl this morning. She's coming over later tonight. Females like guys like us. Contrary to popular beliefs, there's tons of girls out there who like guys like us. Do you know why? It's because we represent masculinity. We represent the guidance that they never had in their life. You know, they say she has daddy issues. I feel like most girls, even if the dad is present in the picture, has daddy issues in today's world because the dad is a simp himself. So she doesn't know what masculinity tastes like. And she has a feminine energy in her biologically. So as soon as she comes in contact with somebody who's masculine, her feminine energy automatically turns on. And she cannot turn that off. She cannot turn herself off from that feminine energy being turned on. That's almost impossible. That's her fighting against her own body, and she doesn't even know that she's doing that. But even if how hard she's fighting that, she's gonna lose. That's why girls get wet. That's why girls get turned on when masculine men come into their presence. Now, obviously, there are hardcore feminists out there, or girls who have bought into this hardcore feminist ideology, who you won't be able to phase, who you won't be able to move. I get that. There's tons of girls out there like that too. And don't and understand this, guys. Okay, a feminist, a hardcore feminist, does not necessarily need to be an ugly, overweight, fat, colored hair, short haired, human chode looking, bully nose piercing, belly button piercing, tattooed chick. Okay? She actually can be pretty attractive. There's tons of attractive, really hot looking women that are complete hardcore feminists. You just don't hear about them because they know that if they start opening up their mouth about it all the time, the attention that they are getting from guys is gonna go. The only reason why fat, ugly, and disgusting looking feminists open up their mouth, are so loudmouth and so big mouth about equality and feminism, is because they don't get attention at all, any kind of attention. That's why they try to bring this negative kind of attention into their life. This is how important attention is to a girl, which is why we always talk about attention is currency to women, and don't give free attention to them. That's why the fat and the ugly ones are always the loud ones in the group. Is because they don't get attention at all. So this is the type of attention they bring in. And the hot ones, they know that they don't need to bring in this type of attention because they're going to get the attention regardless. This goes way deeper, fellas. This is deep stuff. I don't expect you guys to understand all of this within a day. I'm still learning stuff. I still make mistakes. And I've only been into this red pill for 2 years now. It hasn't even been 2 years completely. It hasn't been like a year and a half. So I know I'm going to be making more and more mistakes. Less and less mistakes coming up than I did before. But we're all susceptible to make mistakes. Just don't make the big ones of getting married, settling down, cohabitating, long-term dating, this and that. Don't get your feelings involved. Don't become completely vulnerable to her. Don't let your guards down. Because that's what they're trying to do with these shaming tactics and these personal attacks. I will never do that to you. Who do you think I am? What kind of woman do you think I am? Fellas, be smart out here. I hope this video made sense. Don't get discouraged just because people are calling you names. If you don't have haters, you're not doing it right. But if everybody is hating you, that means they're not haters. That means you're not doing it right. You're really not doing it right then. Okay? Okay. Hope this video made sense. Like, comment, subscribe. Share this video to your friends. Until next time, stay blessed, stay beautiful, and above all, stay classy.